There is only one way to become stronger than time. Try it.
I'm Jacob.
I'm Yuri.
And G63 going for a drive.
The all-new 2025 AMG G63.
With race start for the first time.
That sounds so sick.
That is 100% faster than the electric one that we just drove.
Horsepower and dick.
577 horsepower, 627 pound-feet of torque from a 4-liter twin-turbo V8 with a mild hybrid system. Very torquey, very satisfying. Still have a V8. Thank you, Mercedes. Even though the V12 is done, I'm honestly okay with that.
This sounds really good for a newer Mercedes V8.
And we are in Europe, we are in France, so this has the European exhaust, I imagine. So I think the one that will be in North America should be even louder than this.
Heck yeah.
Let's take a listen to those side pipes.
From the outside. Hey, burbles, backfires.
Yeah, here we go. Mercedes, good job. Still doing Mercedes things with the AMG team. Great job. Okay, so let's talk about this thing. We got a 9-speed auto. It is a torque converter, but for the first time, the G63 actually has race start, and you can't customize it or anything like that. They set the RPM to the correct RPM, and you have to have your foot smashed to the floor on the brake pedal in order for it to engage, and you put this thing into Sport Plus with this mode dial on the steering wheel, just like other AMGs that we're used to.
Yeah, after driving all the other G-Wagons at this event here in France, it's nice to see all the AMG stuff back on it, because we've been doing some electric stuff that spins around, just some normal inline 6-cylinder, and yeah, this is nice. It reminds me of the good old days.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like good old boy. It's
It's like the G-Wagon version of that AMG GTR that we had at the track.
Oh yeah. So a lot of changes, but a lot of the same. So the engine is still a twin turbo V8, but now we have a mild hybrid system that just adds a little bit more power when it needs to.
Has it made the car feel weird in any bad ways?
I haven't noticed anything bad. Like, everything's good. The brake feels normal. Like, everything about this feels great. Feels like I'm still driving the G63 that I'm used to, but even better because this is even more comfortable on the road, especially in this version.
I thought you were going to say because we have the newer infotainment in the G-Wagon now, finally.
I wasn't going to say that, but we do have that as well.
Yeah, and adaptive cruise, lane keep, and keyless entry for your doors, finally.
Yes, but I'm going to use these paddles for some handling because we do have some twisty roads, and this one has the optional AMG ride control, which has hydraulic anti-roll bars that makes this thing like flat through the corners, and it works really, really well. I'm going to put it into comfort after I'm done with this little fun session, and you'll see the big difference in terms of cornering. Like,
I do feel very flat as a passenger.
Yeah,
like I'm not getting tossed in my seat.
Right, and we have adaptive dampers, and they work so well. We don't have air suspension, don't need it. The engineers have tweaked the adaptive dampers to work so well, but like through all that, this handle's incredible. So
yeah, a little too good for a big old G-Wagon.
Yeah, and it does rip through there with all that torque. I'm using my paddle shifters, so now watch the difference.
Comfort.
Let's go straight into comfort and see what this body roll's like.
Yeah, I'm already.
Oh
like
yeah.
yeah.
I gotta lean. Yeah, so big difference.
I swear we're not putting on an act.
No, you could probably see me leaning in the seat. Yeah, so they did a great job in terms of Comfort, Sport, and Sport Plus, and this is not as comfortable in comfort mode as the electric one or even the inline six, but I wouldn't expect that because it's an AMG.
Oh, comfort right now is good enough for the amount of power this has. Like, I feel it is very nicely damped and everything on these roads.
And apparently this thing can also absolutely murder the off-road. So into trail mode, and we're off-road in a high-speed course, and this thing is absolutely ripping, way faster than I expected it to. This feels like an absolute little rally car, but I can't believe that I'm in an SUV going as fast as possible with an instructor next to me telling me when to hit the brakes because we're on top of a mountain, and we are drifting this thing, and I will be jumping it very, very soon. This lets the back end out, and we have the anti-roll bars that are loosening up and then tightening up as we need them to through the turns. All right, into the jump with the G-Wagon. Wow, unbelievable, straight up unbelievable. I can't believe this just jumped.
Oh my God! Wow! That felt like nothing! It's cool that you can have a street-oriented G63 with like these super awesome wheels that we have on right now, or you can have like a more off-roady version with the wadder and all that cool stuff.
Yeah, a little ladder.
I really like the side protection, i.e. the side pipes.
Side protection, yeah. A couple of them here got dinged up, but those are easily replaceable.
That's life.
Exactly, especially for a rich person that can afford one of these things. Because these are kind of fashion cars, but at the same time, they've improved all the on-road ability.
Lifestyle,
yes.
Lifestyle fashion.
Yeah,
this,
sure.
the Jeep, the Beetle.
This and the electric one, I think you'll be seeing a lot of in California. Like, I know you already do, but you will be seeing even more. So if you're already sick of them in California, there will be more because this is even better to drive now.
But back to those wheels. Yo, how good are those?
These wheels are sick, especially with this blue paint. That they did a great job with the spec.
Yeah, I don't like blue as a color, but the two blue new Mercedes G-Wagons, they're good ones because they're fancy matte colors.
Yeah, I love these blues. They're great. And as I'm driving through here, gripping this steering wheel, I'm not gripping grain, Yuri. I'm gripping carbon fiber.
Carbon fiber.
I love how this looks. We do have a black marker in the middle.
Okay, so back to these sweet wheels.
They are sweet.
Better than the electric ones, better than anything on any of the ones. And what would be the Continental recommended tire for a G-Wagon G63?
Well, Yuri, if I look in my rear view mirror on the spare tire, I can actually see that it's the Continental Cross Contact LX25.
Sounds very comfortable.
Yeah, so that is the actual spare tire on this one.
So then the looks of this, we have the Panamericana. Panamera is that other thing.
Yes.
We have that grill on here if you were doing a...
They're vertical slats versus horizontal slats.
A 500 or a 550, which is the same. That would be sideways slats.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we have the little like body kit kind of thing at the bottom, and those slats are vertical as well now.
Yes, instead of like a grill type thing that you get on the EQ one. Electric one.
Now we got a camera up at the front, lower down on the bumper, so we have 360 cameras. I think we have the through the hood view, even though you still.
We got off-road cockpit down here, so
yeah,
it'll have those features.
Then those door handles, like the best feature of all.
The door close.
Love that. I love that.
How do you not like that? It's the best thing ever.
And the doors slam real hard to close them. I think I've had more trouble fully closing these doors than like any other car.
Because you gotta slam it.
Slam by your ears hurt from closing the door.
Yeah, but it's nice that they took the time to really engineer that because they knew how much G-Wagon owners love that.
I bet you they just changed nothing. Put the same door on.
But then they probably added insulation. They're like, we need to make this louder again.
And then unlike the EQ version, we are missing that little slot in the rear fender for air to go around for aerodynamics.
Don't need efficiency, you got a big old twin turbo V8.
I do like seeing those side pipes. That's cool.
Yes, and they're on both sides, which is great.
And even though like the six cylinder, it still has like the side pipes there, kind of like.
But they're hidden.
Yeah. But more hidden than an older V8 550.
Yeah, because V8, they like kind of still had to do that.
And then from the back, spare tire.
Yep.
Looks good. The taillights look good. I don't know anything.
Hey, where's our charging cable, Yuri?
No, good one. I don't know. It's a different car.
Give me a square version with the spare tire carrier thing, but I'll put gas cans in it instead.
Oh, nice.
You know what? If they made one that was just a big red gas can on the back, that would be even cooler.
That probably already exists.
Yeah, probably. And back to those really cool wheels for a second. The brakes. We do have AMG brakes on here, which are massive. The calipers are
you kind of
huge.
have to for
Yeah.
racing around like that.
But although we didn't have them on the electric one, and I didn't really feel like I need them, probably because of the regen. Yeah. So.
Oh, and then I guess maybe the most important part: all these new G-Wagons have a redeveloped A-pillar.
Yep.
And a little spoiler at the top, which helps reduce wind noise while you're driving faster. So at like 130 kilometers an hour, you should still be able to have a conversation with the person next to you, unlike older G-Wagons.
Yeah, so I mean, this thing to drive is fantastic. Everything that they did to improve this on road makes sense. So Yuri, I'm gonna floor it again.
No, don't.
You can hear a little bit of that muffled, like the air. I think that's the European.
Yeah. The American one's just gonna breathe a little more.
Yeah. Which is what I expect.
But it's still good. It's still good.
Yeah, and I mean, the torque from this is great. Like,
it's got that dry Mercedes AMG.
But it's not as bad as the Volkswagen Group 4-liter twin turbo.
Well, I don't mind this. I think it's reasonable, especially if like you're a person who like has neighbors and you don't want to be the worst person in the world.
Yeah. But we do still get some crackles and pops, but I don't really notice them as much when you're driving. Like they do exist, but they're kind of in the right frequency, so they don't do it every single time. You got to let off at the right RPM, and then like it didn't do it. There it is.
We go.
There we go. A little, see, like the higher RPMs, it doesn't do it. Like mid-range, it really does it. And because this is an off-road monster, we still do have the hard buttons to lock the center, front, and rear differentials.
Yeah, which is cool, but I think it's cooler in the electric one when it controls doing like silly little stunts.
Yeah, it's got G-turn. We don't have that in this one, which, whatever. But we do have our low-range gearbox as well. We don't have 4 transmissions. We just have one that can go into low range, and then we have our manual mode to change this thing in the shifters to be fully manual so that they're not automatically upshifting.
Imagine like locking everything, then going to race mode and just doing donuts and stuff, and just tear the thing apart.
Look at this car. Oh, it's an Alpha. Sick.
I don't think that's a cool Alpha.
But it's still an Alpha.
I don't think...
All right, Yuri, let's get you in here. I think I'm done.
Launch control.
Race start. Oh.
Man, that moves around a lot. That feels so good.
It does. It like torque steers.
I feel like almost more composed though than the last one. Remember the last one? Maybe because we were
the
driving
electric one? Yeah.
No, the last G63, because we were driving in winter. Maybe that's why it felt so bouncy.
Probably. But the electric one also kind of does that because the front end like really lifts, whereas this one's a little bit more planted. I think probably because that suspension with the anti-roll bars.
Okay, this Alcantara steering wheel.
I know.
And these paddles, like normal paddles.
I've really enjoyed holding that steering wheel and like this carbon fiber.
These little dials to control all your AMGs. Okay, I'm gonna put it back to comfort and I'm gonna relax. Not psych. I'm gonna change my engine.
Because you're in comfort. It doesn't want you to.
Doesn't want you to. Okay.
They don't want you to win.
Individual. Comfort suspension, dynamic, engine, and dynamics.
Yes. You can customize all that. And then would you like your exhaust opened up?
Yes.
Obviously.
Yeah, it's nice and thumpy when you upshift. And letting off, you get burbles.
And the transmission shifts relatively quickly, even though it's a torque converter. It's not the fastest, but it doesn't need to be.
The older I get, the more I like torque converter out of my
I know, and I think a lot of manufacturers are kind of realizing that like that's the way to go for reliability and everything.
And I do really like the no weird hybrid feel from anything.
Yeah.
Wow, look how much body roll I got here.
Yeah.
Ooh, brother,
comfort, bro.
Brother, what's that? Let's go to Sport Plus.
There we go. Like right away.
Right away. It's just pulling you in. It feels like
instant.
Okay, back to comfort. No, back to individual.
Yes.
Nice.
And there's even a snow mode too.
Yeah, well, I mean, if there's an off-road one, why wouldn't you snow it too?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, other cool stuff in here. all carbon fibered out, you like it. This is a manufacturer one. So we got a nice other exclusive things or whatever.
Yeah, we got this nice grab handle in carbon fiber, not blue carbon fiber.
Visor.
All right.
3, 2, 1. Does not pass.
We'll have to find out if the North American one does.
But it is a big long visor.
It is, yeah.
Do you like these materials inside? Everything feels so like high quality. Nothing feels cheap at all.
Oh yeah, like all the leathers, all of the quilting, all the carbon fiber, all the Burmeister, all the everything in here. And we don't even have gloss black down here. It's replaced with carbon fiber.
Well, I like
my favorite.
This brushed aluminum brushed steel kind of pattern here, and these vents are cool. They're classic.
I know.
And the click.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of clickiness to this. Nothing feels cheap. Yeah, like nothing feels cheap on this, which it's not cheap to buy this, so I would hope they would do that.
Okay, if you were gonna buy one, Jacob, if you had the money for one, where would you go to buy one?
tsp.truecar.com for discounted price offers. Maybe even get an older one.
If you didn't have the money to buy one and you wanted to just browse them, where would you go?
You can go to tsp.truecar.com as well.
Wonder how many 4x4 squares there are.
Ooh.
Because we did see a whole bunch while we were here in France for this trip, looking at the Landaulet Maybach or whatever.
And we have previously reviewed a 4x4 squared in the highlighter yellow-green.
It's cool seeing a bunch of them here.
Yes.
And the 6x6.
The 6x6 is like, damn, hopefully we get to review one of those
Come
one day.
on, Mercedes.
Yeah. Send us one to Canada, please.
So then a couple other things with our big screens, very easy to control. Touch screen, also a trackpad to control it. And then we've got a lot more, we got track pace.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I love that with the app, and it connects, and you can make all like the maps and stuff work. Not that I think you're gonna like track it. I think you're just gonna rip this in like a straight line, and that's about it.
And then this also has the Super Sport gauges, whereas the other Gs don't have that.
Yeah, it's cool to see the differences along all the lineups. Like each one gets something a little bit special, which is cool.
Yeah, and look forward to our G550 review as well, because we've reviewed every single G-Wagon they had available for us here.
All right. That's good. That's good. So much sound.
Yes, a little bit of that. A little bit.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, yeah.
So this also has really nice seats. Like I'm super comfy. You got heated, ventilated, and massage. Heated steering wheel as well. We have really good adaptive cruise and lane centering, which is nice. The old ones didn't have that, so that would be cool for dailying it. And then if you need to pass someone, you go brah, brah, brah.
Yeah. And if you get a more off-roady spec, you get more off-roady tires, you get your little ladder and all that stuff. So.
Widow ladder.
Yeah, I know.
The
for the people that don't know the meme, I'm explaining that to them.
Well, editor is gonna put the meme there.
Gonna use that witty bitty ladder in case it gets rain, you know, in case you're driving to the river.
Are we still current with memes?
No.
Riz.
Oh,
is that a new word?
I mean, it's a newer word from the last like 3 years.
It's not a meme.
No, it's not a meme. It's like just a new word-ish.
So then trunk room, back seat room, same as the other G-Wagons. It seemed like nothing was compromised between the electric and the G63 or the inline 6.
Right. I fit in the back row of all of them.
We got screens back there and all that kind of stuff.
Yep. Let's hear that exhaust echo off this probably 1,000-year-old wall. Oh, yeah.
For over 40 years, the Shuckle has been the ultimate test of endurance for every G-Class. Every generation has to prove itself anew here. Impressing with its off-road capability and robustness. As it follows in the footsteps of its predecessors.